I did 19 months in federal prison, and I could write a book about all the things that it taught me. But here are 5 things that I think are the most important lessons that I learned. The first thing that prison taught me for sure is discipline. Discipline is something that is so hard for us to be able to get as human beings. It's so hard for us to get up and do the same thing every day. It was so hard for me to go to the gym. It was so hard for me to want to take that extra step to be as successful as I could because I wanted the easy way out. I wanted to get it the easy way that I knew how, and is what led me to prison. So one thing that I've learned is that being disciplined has helped me to be a better person. The second thing that I think prison taught me is that I never was really free. Like, I thought that I was free because I wasn't behind bars or because I wasn't, in a space where I was locked or chained. But in reality, I wasn't free. I was living in this reality of what I thought people wanted me to be. And I was living in this reality of what I thought was right. And I was totally wrong about it the entire time. I really didn't know what I wanted out of life. I really didn't know what my purpose was either. I was just kind of just flowing and going with the wind and trying to figure it out. But being in prison and having the time to just have that time to think, to have that time to read, to have that time to grow, to have that time to take the time that I gave away to be able to be a better person really helped me to understand that purpose is key to be able to go on to the next step of what God wants for you. Something else that prison definitely taught me is that, people that you think are there for you, people that you think are your friends, people that are your family are not going to always be there for you when it's not all glitz and glam. You're going to have people that are in your life for a reason, for a season, for a lifetime. And prison definitely taught me that. Prison taught me that people that I thought would be there for the rest of my life weren't. Prison taught me that, when I was up and when I was doing all the things that they needed me to do and I was giving everybody money and I was taking care of people, that's what they were really there for. They weren't there for me. Prison for sure taught me self-love. Now, don't get me wrong. I've always felt like I love myself so much. I always felt like, I had this great high self-esteem. Nobody could say nothing to me. Nothing would make me deter or how I feel about myself. But what I realized in prison is that the love that I needed for myself and the love that I was supposed to have for myself, I really didn't have that love. People that I would allow in my life, I didn't have that love for myself. Boundaries, I didn't understand. Being able to be accountable for my actions and for other people's actions, I didn't understand. And all of those things drew me back to understanding that once I love myself enough and respect myself enough, others will also see that too. And that by setting some really hard boundaries and by being consistent with everyone, that, that self-love is the most important thing for me to be able to move forward in my life. And being in prison really taught me self-love. It taught me the things that I was willing to accept and some things that I wasn't willing to accept and what I deserved. The last thing that I think prison taught me is that time is the most valuable thing that God gave us. There is nothing more valuable than time. Not any material things, not a man, not a woman, not a job, not a career, not a place, not a vacation, not anything. Time is the only thing that we cannot get back. Time is something that is given to people, and it should be given to people that deserve it. Time is something that should be spent doing whatever it is that will make your life better and to make your children, your family members, the people around you that you love. Time is the one thing that we never get any more of.